guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to this channel, you're most definitely welcome. Thank you for clicking. So the topic I'm going to focus on today is self-esteem and self-confidence. A lot of people are struggling with self-esteem issues, how to get their self-esteem, how to get high self-esteem, how to be very confident in themselves. So I'm going to share with you guys my personal experience. Some people just feel like if they're not doing things like the other person, that means they're not doing anything right, or if they're not living like the other person, that means they are living lower than the standard. I don't know who said the standard anyway. So when I was in secondary school, I was struggling with self-esteem. Like I had a really, really low self-esteem. Like it was so low. I felt like I was not enough. And then few people in my circle, I just felt that all of them were better than me. So that kind of feeling, it made me like I started becoming withdrawn. Like when others are doing something, when it's time to do something, or if like for example, if there's an event in school and we're supposed to prepare for maybe the drama society you never see me there. Okay, because I felt like I was not good enough. I felt like every other person was better than me, and I'm so self-critical. Like most times I criticize myself more than any person. Like I used to be so hard on myself. So in my first year at the university, I noticed that I had this problem in my teeth. I used to call it a problem because then I just felt that since it was only me that had it, that means like something was wrong with me, or some like it was I made it a very, very big problem. Meanwhile, it was nothing. And the problem was that one of my teeth is slightly shift, like it's not straight like the other ones. Like my teeth is not all straight, or two of them are bent. So I just felt that since every other person has a well arranged teeth, and since I'm the only one that has the problem, that means I wasn't enough. And it hindered me from so many things. Because I remember there was this one time while we were on vacation, like when our school was on vacation, I traveled home back to Port Harcourt, and I went to my dad's shop, and I was one guy came to buy something, an elderly man. He came to buy something, and in the process of like giving him his change, he said something really funny. And instead of me to laugh like a normal human being, I just did something like this. Like it was so good. Like I feel anytime I remember this, I feel so ashamed of myself. Like I did this. So the man was now, he just stood and was looking at me. At some point he asked me what was wrong with me. I told him nothing was wrong. And he said, "Don't I have teeth? Why am I laughing like that?" I just I didn't know what to say because I didn't even want to talk. Because then before you hear me talk, because I felt like if I'm talking, everybody will see my flaw immediately and it will be a problem. I just like the thing kept bothering me, and I felt like I needed to talk to someone. So I had this friend then that we were really close then. So I talked to him about it, and then I gave myself like see not like there's something really huge that like that I have this very, very big flaw, and that I can't even talk to anybody about it. He was like, "Oh, I should tell him that I'm safe with it, my secret is safe with him," all this kind of thing. So I now told him that I had a problem with my teeth. That I called it that I had scattered dentition then. And he laughed at me, he laughed and like the way he laughed at me, it made me feel so embarrassed that day. Like I was so embarrassed. But I was like, well, I had to talk to somebody now. So she was not like I should show him. I showed him. Like he felt like I was the way he kept his face, it felt like I was there. where is the scattered dentition one? Like, where is it? He just kept looking. So after that, we laughed it off, oh, and I made him promise me that he will never tell anybody about it. And he said okay, that he will never tell anybody about it. So the next day, I saw him in class, and the first thing he said, can you guess the first thing he said? He called me scattered dentition in class, guys. Like, I felt so bad. Like, I felt so, like the thing pained me. And like, I was so sad. It made me so sad. And I just decided I was going to pretend that I didn't know what he was talking about. I know this food that when you start pretending about something, that's when they'll come and touch you and tell you they're talking to you. So that was the kind of scenario. So where is the see? I'm laughing now, but then it was so serious. Like, I took it so personal that time. So he called me scattered dentition, and the way he shouted it, like everybody was not looking around, like to see who. I had to join them and look around. Like, you cannot catch me. It cannot be me. So I followed everybody to look around. He laughed, and I came closer to me and touched me and told me scattered dentition. Hey God! And the thing really pained me. Like, it made me sad. And I was like, Shebi, he promised me that he will never tell anybody about it. He told me that I was worrying about nothing. That the thing I was talking about, that he can't see it. That's why he's trying to, maybe if others see it, they can be able to show him. So, because I was like, how can you do this to me? This is something I'm really insecure about. Like, the thing really keeps me awake at night. I'll be thinking, there was nothing I did not think about that time. I thought about, like, going to remove the teeth, because I think if you remove your teeth, they have artificial teeth to put or something. But then my teeth was still okay. Like, my teeth were still strong. And why did I want to remove my teeth at such a young age? Then I'll browse online, and like, they have so many remedy. I even saw one remedy. They said it was you use hot yam, and when you bite the really hot yam, it will now reshape your teeth or something like that. Like, where do I things that were online? And I was really scared. If I was to go and do teeth removal, I will have to inform my parents. Like, they will have to go with me, and which explanation do I have to give them? Like, to convince them that I wanted to remove my teeth, like to convince them to take me to go and remove my teeth. So I was just there. I didn't know what to do. This was how my friend kept embarrassing me. Oh. Like, anywhere he saw me, he would call me scattered dentition. Like, it was very bad. It was very bad. At some point, when I reached my room, I'll cry and cry and cry. But one day, this my friend and my other friend, I think we were talking about something, and I think we said something funny, and both of us laughed. So he was like, "Wow, that he loves my teeth. That I have really nice teeth." I was like, "But?" He said yes, that he likes my teeth. That, like, I can't even remember all the things he said that time. In my mind, I was like, "Car chocolate now already." Like, I didn't even believe it myself. Like, I couldn't bring myself to believe it, because whenever I open my mouth, all I see is a flaw, a very big flaw. Like, just I felt like I didn't want people to watch me talking. Like, when you're talking, when you're addressing a crowd, or where, like, people are looking at your mouth, people are looking at your face, like trying to, like, if there's anything that will make me stand in front of a crowd and talk, you never see me there. Like, you never ever see me there. Like, I was always dodging things like presentation, or in my mind I was like, this one is just trying to try his luck or something. So we just kept on. And after him, then people kept telling me that I have a really nice teeth. Well, I didn't believe them until one night I just woke up and I was thinking about this. I was standing in front of my mirror, and I was checking my teeth. I was like, what exactly is this, how I'm going to continue living my life? And I'm studying law, okay, and I will have to address the crowd. Like, no matter how I decide to escape from it, I must appear in court one day. And if I'm talking, everybody will have to listen. So why not just start now? Why not overlook this my so-called flaw? Why not move on from it? Like, why do I keep dwelling on it so much? So that was how I decided to start reading books on self-esteem. I started watching videos on self-esteem, and then I had to change my circle of friends, because I think the friends you keep matters a lot. Because if you keep friends that always put you down, you always feel like you belong down there. Like, if your friends always talk down on you or always make you feel that like you're not at the same level with them, then you need to leave that circle of friends, because it affects your self-esteem and your confidence. If you have low self-esteem, or if you're still struggling with your self-esteem, and you're in the midst of people that always try to put you down, or always try to make you feel smaller than they are, I think it's going to make you like you feel stuck, like you feel like you belong down where they put you. Okay, so that was when I decided to work on myself. I decided to cleanse my mind first, and I started by telling myself that I was good enough, like I'm good enough, and that I didn't have a flaw. Okay, I had to start changing my mindset. Like, I had to start telling myself that the way God created me, like, is perfect for me. Like, I have to tell myself that I am enough, like I am good enough. And when you start telling yourself these kind of things, you start seeing yourself in a different angle, instead of being that person that always criticizes yourself, like, oh my God, why did it, like, oh God. Instead of telling yourself all those negative things, instead of making yourself feel that you're like you're the worst human being on earth, like, instead of telling yourself all those horrible things, I think you start gaining your self-esteem by, first of all, if you don't love yourself first, yeah, you need to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, people are not going to love you for you. Like, people are not going to love you for yourself. So you have to, it's the way you carry yourself, that's the way people will treat you. Positive energy attracts positive energy. I had to start by cleansing my mind first, because it starts from the mind. I had to cleanse my mind. I started reading books. I read a lot of books, so like I read a lot of books, because at first when you start, at some point it will be like this is not even working, or like you there are so many things that will discourage you. Like, I can't be my own enemy now. It's not fair. I'm not being fair to myself. Like, I would see some other person, I'll be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. But when it's my own turn to tell myself I'm so beautiful, like, I'll start picking unnecessary, like, things that I don't even know where they come from. See, our mind is very, very powerful. The things that you think, those are the things that you see. Okay, like, if you see someone really, because I'm very big on on compliments. Like, if I see something I like, or if I see maybe you went to a salon and made your hair and it's looking so fine, if I'm passing you, like, if we are walking past each other, I'll be like, oh my God, your hair is so fine, or oh my God, you're so beautiful. All these things like that, because I just feel like if you see something good, you compliment it. Sometimes that's all it takes to lift somebody's mood. So in my second year, I decided that I wasn't going to continue living like that. So I told myself that I was going to work on my mind. I was going to work on my mind. So I started by reading books. Like, there are people that when you are with them, they make you feel like you're not good enough, like you're not even up to standard. Or so I decided to start saying positive things to myself. Like, anytime I'm standing in front of a mirror, I say really good things about myself. Like, I decided to start ignoring that effect I thought I had. Okay, and start complimenting all the good stuff about me. And that was how I was able to, I read so many books. I had to avoid so many people. Not really, it's not like I was avoiding them because they did something wrong, or it's just that our energy didn't really match. Like, if me being friends with you would make me feel like bad about myself, then that means our friendship is not working. So I have to like give you space or something. Or if whenever I'm with you, you always talk about how perfect you are, or how you have this one, or how, you know, just how you're generally better than every other person in the room, then it doesn't make sense. Like, me being friends with you is only bringing harm to myself, because when I go back to my own bed and I know that I'm already stressed out about the fact that I feel that I have a flaw, and then I'm always with you, that constantly reminds me of that my flaw. It's to keep getting me really sad. So I had how to be your own friend. Like, you have to be your own friend before you expect other people to be friends with you. You have to love yourself before you expect other people to love you. Because if you don't love yourself, if you don't have self-love, people are not going to love you like the way you're supposed to be loved. Okay, if you don't love yourself the way you want to be loved, people are not going to know how to love you the way you want to be loved. So it's by you loving yourself, that's when you get to, like, people get to learn how to love you. So I guess what I'm saying is, to build your self-confidence and your self-esteem, like to build a high self-esteem, you have to start from yourself. You have to start telling yourself all the good stuff. If you feel you have something really, like you have a very big defect, or you have a very huge flaw, you can start by ignore you won't just wake up one day and all the flaws are gone. You have to start from focusing on the good stuff first. I decided to start ignoring that my teeth part. And that was how I was able to overcome it. You ignore it and focus on the good stuff, all the good stuff. Ignore the negative stuff and focus on all the positive stuff. And then you have to work on your mind. You have to work on your mind. You can do that by maybe watching videos online, videos like self-help videos, videos that will help you, motivate you, or just any videos at all. If there's someone you really admire that is very confident, you can start watching that person. Or just self-help, you there are a lot of books online and offline that you can read, and it will help to cleanse your mind of all the negativities that you've stored in there. Because most times what we think in our mind ends up being what we see, like in real life, in reality. So you have to cleanse your mind too. And the next thing is, your circle of friends determines also whether you have high self-esteem or low self-esteem. If you're constantly in the midst of people that make you feel little about yourself, like that make you feel that you're not good enough, or that make you feel that you're less than what you're supposed to be, then maybe it's time to shift from those kind of friends. I'm not saying they should become your enemies, no, but you don't have to be friends with everybody. You don't have to be friends with everybody. If your energy doesn't match their energy, then maybe it's time to shift for them. Or if they always put you down, if they always make you feel that you're not, like, you're not good enough, or you're not okay, or you're lower than them, then it's time to change your circle of friends. Because if they keep saying that to you, and you're already feeling that you're not good enough, plus the things they say to you, you keep sinking down low. Like, you keep going down into that deep hole that nobody deserves to be in. So you need to also check your circle of friends. And the next thing is, if you need someone to talk to, there are people that you're not, like, there are people in your circle that you know that you can't tell them something in confidence. Like, there are people that you know that once you talk to them about something really personal about you, they are going to make it like state news. Like, they are going to broadcast it to every single person they know. Those are not the kind of people you talk to about these kind of things. Okay, there are people there are people that are always willing to listen to you. You can even you can talk to your family member. I just feel that family members are the safest people to talk to. If you don't have really close friends. Like there are people you know that you can always trust. So those are the kind of people that you get to talk to this kind of thing about. Because if this kind of information, if your personal information, like something you're struggling with, if it gets into the ears of someone that doesn't have your back, you're going to regret it like three times more. Like you will just feel like you could have just kept this thing to yourself. Who sent you to go and talk? Like, this kind of things. That will be the end of my pep talk. If you've had this kind of experience before, you can share with us in the comment section. And if you need someone to talk to, I'll leave my email down below in the description box. If you have something really personal that you want to talk to someone about, I'm a good listener. That's like one of my bonus point. Like that is one of the things God blessed me with. I'm a good listener, and sometimes I end up saying the right things, you know. So if you have something really personal that you want to share, you need to share with someone. I'm going to leave my email at the description box down below. You can send it. If you need someone to talk to, just look around. There has to be someone willing to listen to you that you can talk to. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you picked one or two things from this video, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you've not yet subscribed, please click the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video. Bye.